Welcome back to Early Start, everybody. I'm Dave Briggs.
Good morning. I'm Allison Kosik. It's 30 minutes past the hour. And this morning, the Trump administration not backing off the tough talk in several fights it is waging around the world with Iran, North Korea, and with Russia, too. On the Iran nuclear deal, President Trump has asked for a multi-agency review to determine whether lifting sanctions in exchange for Tehran curbing its nuclear program is really in the national interest.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says the deal forged by the Obama administration and U.S. allies, quote, completely ignored all the other serious threats that Iran poses.
Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism and is responsible for intensifying multiple conflicts and undermining U.S. interest in countries such as Syria, Yemen, Iraq, and Lebanon, and continuing to support attacks against Israel. An unchecked Iran has the potential to travel the same path as North Korea and take the world along with it.
Tillerson's comments came a day after he certified to Congress that Iran is complying with the deal, but questioned whether sanctions shouldn't be reimposed because of Iran's alleged sponsorship of terrorism.
Now, you heard Secretary Tillerson mentioning North Korea, which already has sky-high tensions with its neighbors and with the U.S. Well, today, American and South Korean forces are conducting their annual Max Thunder drill, the second biggest military aviation exercise on the Korean Peninsula. CNN's Paula Hancock is at the Kunsan Air Base in Seoul with an up-close look.
Dave and Allison, this is Max Thunder. This is a massive air operation between the United States and South Korea here in South Korea. There's more than 80 aircraft involved in this. There's more than 1,500 people. We know that it's routine. We know that it's annual. We're told by the Lieutenant Colonel in charge that when they're actually carrying out these drills, they don't have a specific enemy in mind. But of course, given the tensions on the Korean Peninsula, this is inevitably going to be more in the spotlight, this kind of massive firepower being seen by North Korea as well. It is not what North Korea likes to see. Every single year when these drills happen, they become angry, infuriated. They believe that this is actually a dress rehearsal for an invasion, even though the United States say that they are defensive in nature. But just bear in mind what's happening on the peninsula at this point. North Korea has said that the U.S. has pushed the situation to the point where a nuclear war could break out at any time. China as well has suggested these military drills should not be happening, saying that if the U.S. halts these military drills, potentially North Korea could suspend their nuclear and missile program. It's not a new situation, it's not a new suggestion, and it's not one that the U.S. welcomes. Dave, Allison, back to you.
Indeed, Paula Hancock, thank you. The White House denying it misled the public when it announced last week that the USS Carl Vinson was heading to the Korean Peninsula when it was actually sailing in the opposite direction. It was President Trump who informed the nation a powerful armada was on the way, but the aircraft carrier group was actually thousands of miles away to the southwest in the Indian Ocean at the time. Listen to White House spokesman Sean Spicer disputing the notion that the American people, let alone our adversaries and allies, were misled.
The statement that was put out was that the Carl Vinson group was headed to the Korean Peninsula. It is headed to the Korean Peninsula. It'll arrive there.
It's now, though.
What's that?
It's headed there now. It wasn't headed there
Sure,
last
no,
week.
but that's not what we ever said. We said that it was heading there, and it was heading there. It is heading there.
The president believed that he might have spoken too quickly on this location of the vessel before it was actually arriving.
The president said that we have an armada going towards the peninsula. That's a fact. It happened. It is happening, rather.
The Pentagon has still not provided a clear explanation for failing to correct the actual location of the USS Vinson for at least a week now.
Meantime, Russia has derailed a United Nations proposal to condemn North Korea for its latest nuclear missile test. A no vote from the Kremlin, killing the motion, even though the other 14 Security Council members were all on board, including China. The statement called on North Korea to immediately halt further nuclear tests. The rogue nation has already conducted at least 5 nuclear tests in defiance of the UN.